Hello, my name is Ryan Powell, and today we're going to be talking about classes and objects. Now, objects and instances are the exact same thing. You'll hear them used interchangeably within the computer science industry, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we'll be calling them objects. Now, before we get into too much detail, I'd like to direct your attention to the documentation that you already have for your code. Now, you already know you have code within book classes. Now, you can actually go into this folder called doc, and it has a lot of HTML documents that actually explain everything you need to know to use this code. For example, we've been using the world class. Well, here's the documentation that tells you everything you need to know about it. Now, jumping in. For today's tutorial, we're going to be using three classes: world, turtle, and simple turtle. You should be familiar with turtle and world already, but we're going to learn a little bit more about what's going on behind the scenes now. So, we'll start at world, the most basic tool we've been using. If we scroll down to the constructors, we'll see that there's actually three different constructors for world. Each of them has a set of parentheses after the word world. And what that means is when you go into this interaction pane, type world w equals new world, you'll notice that this world parentheses looks exactly like this world parentheses. That's because we're actually calling a constructor when we use the new keyword. So by typing world w equals new world into our interaction pane, we're calling this constructor which creates a new instance or object of the world class. Now, as you can see, there's three different constructors and they're not the same. World, the second one, actually takes a Boolean parameter which tells the world whether or not it should be visible. Well, let's try this out. Let's create world different world equals new world, but this time we'll pass the false parameter into it. What do you know? It turned up invisible. Just to prove that it's actually there, I'm going to set it to visible. Mistype. There you go. And it's visible. So, like I just said, we actually created an instance or object of the world class. When you create an object, you get all this stuff that's in the documentation, every constructor, method, field, all you really need to worry about right now are the methods and maybe even the fields. Constructors shouldn't be a big concern in this course, but I just wanted to make you aware of what they do. Now moving on to the turtle and simple turtle class. We've been using turtle throughout this course in our assignments and lab assignments, but you probably don't really know what's going on when you call its methods. So let's look into the documentation page and see what we're doing. Well, this may be a surprise, but turtle itself actually has no methods. It has the main method, so that's one. But none of these other methods like turn, forward, pen up, pen down, set pen color, they're not here. So where are those coming from? Well, we can see from this class hierarchy up at the top of the page that turtle is actually what's called a child of simple turtle. That means it's a subclass of simple turtle and it inherits every field, method, and constructor from simple turtle. So let's look at Simple Turtle's documentation. We scroll down and surprise, surprise, here's all the methods that we've been using. Backwards, forwards, get pen, set pen. All that stuff is under Simple Turtle. So let's reset this, start from a blank slate, and let's create a new world to play with. So here we've got our new world, and let's create a new object of the turtle class. There we go. So we just created an instance or object of the world class by using the new keyword that called the constructor. We did this for both turtle and world, and since Tom is a since turtle is a subclass of Simple Turtle, we can call any of Simple Turtle's methods such as forward on Tom. So that's today's tutorial. I hope now you have a little bit of an understanding about how classes and objects works. Basically, every object inherits everything from the class that it was created from. The class is basically a cookie cutter that creates a new object every time you use the new keyword. You can change certain things about that object by passing in different parameters depending on the constructor and what parameters it accepts. And every class also inherits everything about its superclass. So you can call things like forward, backwards, and turn from turtle, even though those are Simple Turtle methods. So that's been today's class. I hope you've enjoyed it. My name's Ryan Powell. Have a nice day.